Hey guys, can you hear me? And is everything okay this time? I hope it is. I hope it doesn't break. So, what's up, guys? How's it been last few days? Uh, Thank you for being here. Hello, what's up? Hello. How have you guys been? I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days. Hey Danny, what's up? Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here finally. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days, but we're holding up. The yeah, thank you. Thank God. So the subject of today is a very special subject to me, and it's a very special subject to some of my friends, and that is airplanes. So today we're gonna study airplanes. Hey, Linis, what's up? So I'm just gonna study airplanes today. That's basically my whole plan for today. I hope you like it. And my idea is to grab some images of airplanes, like not fighter jets or anything like that, nothing action related. But it's really good for drawing, kind of to sketch some solids from time to time. And so I'm going to grab an image, draw it real quick. That's going to be like the first part. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to like start sketching imaginary airplanes. Okay? Sounds good? Okay, so let's get started. Um, Let me share my SWIP here. Okay, yeah, good. So I have some lines here. I'm gonna do some colored lines just because it just looks better and it's like kinder on the eyes. So I'm gonna draw with this, and the background I'm gonna make it a bit darker, so it's a bit like into the grays, but also into the sepia kind of tonality. Okay, and this is how it's gonna look. So, yeah. First image is this image. Okay, so you're gonna be able to see the images that I'm studying, and yeah, it's kind of complicated, and let me tell you why. Because usually airplanes are like the pictures that you see of airplanes are airplanes that are quite far away. So the perspective is quite flat. It's almost non-existent. It's very limited if you can notice that perspective. So they seem like they're very flat, but they're not. So they're complicated shapes, and I need to get better at those, essentially. Okay. So you're gonna watch me draw a ton of little circles, just so I can get like acquainted with the whole like the volume that they imply. Airplanes are complicated little machines. Um, Complicated. Like I don't know how they work actually. I have a little semblance, but I don't know how they work. The idea that they're complicated in the sense that their geometry is quite complex sometimes. So this one, what I liked about this one, I think this is an ATR. Uh, and the cool thing about it, it has this little tummy under it, and it's like the cutest little tummy that they can have. Um, okay, there we go. So yeah, just a really quick sketch just to get acquainted with different shapes that the airplanes have. So let's just do that. And this one is landing, and I can't see the tip, but I'm gonna kind of imagining it, okay? So yeah, these are complicated. So it can fly though. It's mysterious. Yeah, it's amazing. Like I don't really know how it works. Like I understand the physics a little bit, but like understanding the physics and getting to actually see them in action is two different things, you know? Like you can understand the physics and still be surprised by how amazingly magical they can be. And I remember telling my wife that these are like magical beings, sort of. And she's sort of afraid of airplanes, so she's like, "There's nothing magical about them." Um, but of course, she's kind of kidding, just because she's a bit afraid of them right now. Because they are amazing. They're amazing little machines. They're so cool. Technological dragons, totally, totally agree with that. They're these metallic, gigantic beasts, and yeah, they're just still surprising to me. Okay, so this is kind of the general shape that I'm gonna be achieving, and I'm not looking for much more than this on these sketches. So what I'm trying to do is kind of describe a shape of the airplane. Yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that one. So let's continue. Next plane. Which one did I pick? I picked this one. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one. This is also this is like the little tummy I was talking to you about. I think it's so cute. It's the prettiest little tummy ever. Okay. So the thing is, they're very weirdly proportionate, and I remember like when I was little and I was trying to draw a plane, what I would usually go for is like this, like this. Does that make sense? So I think that's kind of basically what I drew. So I wasn't really like I knew they were gigantic, so I kind of tended to drawing them like really thick and fat. Um, but they're actually crazy long. So even right here, I think I'm actually going a bit thin, a bit thicker than it should be. So let's just make it even thinner. Yeah. Proportions are crazy. They're little chubby little, yeah, they look like cats. Like this was inspired by cats, I'm sure, like this little tummy thing. They're the prettiest. So, how has your week been, guys? Let me know. Mine has been a bit crazy. It's been filled with surprises. Kind of good surprises. And from this angle, I don't know if you can see this, but this wing looks crazy small, but it's actually long. It's just the perspective that's flattening it all over again. So that's basically what I want to get kind of used to in this session. Can you share the surprises with us? No, not right now. I can't. Maybe later. Maybe later I will. I'm sorry about that. It's a bit personal, so not right now. Mm, but there you have it. A hint. It's personal. Yeah. But yeah, soon enough. Soon enough. It's yeah. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal actually. It's kind of a good thing, but it's also kind of a hard thing, and yeah, it's a complicated thing. Okay. Because I don't know about you, but March is kind of like the month to for stuff to get complicated, apparently. Like last year it was just crazy, and this year it's also going crazy. So yeah, it's crazy, all right. But at least it's good. So yeah, proportions is not exactly. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's draw a little moon right here. Whoop. And it's also an eye. So whoop, whoop. Okay, good. Creepy as hell. But okay, good. I'm happy with that little airplane. Let's grab another one. I want to draw one from the front, so I had this with, maybe I left up that format. Okay, this one. So I really like this angle, and I think I'm going to use it for an illustration soon enough. Also, so that's why I'm studying airplanes today. Like I kind of need to be acquainted a bit more with them. This song is the most beautiful one. Weekend will be amazing and comforting. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Okay, so look at this, and it's just like a single pill shape. And it's so surprising to me because like I know it's a long shape, and I know I usually tend to do little chubby things, and that's wrong. But from the front, that's kind of exactly what they are, like little chubby things. So it always surprises me what perspective can do, especially with arms and body parts and stuff. That also happens a lot. Like you know that an arm is kind of like this shape, so let's just go with that. Yeah, like that shape sort of. But if it's from the front, it can actually be something like this, and that's your whole arm, and that's like why is that not long? It's supposed to be a long bone. I don't I don't get it. So yeah, it always it never ceases to surprise. I love those little chubby little things that they have. They're so cute. And that kind of makes their capacity grow like crazy. Okay. I think this is a bit way to the far right, but it's not a big deal. Okie doke. Let's just do this. And the tail is barely visible. Can you see it? Like back here? That's the tail of the airplane, but it doesn't look like it. I think it's pretty cool. And it has like little specks here. And this is shining bright like a diamond. And it has little thingies over here and also over here. It's so surprising. That geometry is so weird, but it's really cool. I'm gonna cheat as I usually do in these things, and I'm just gonna uh, flip it horizontally and kind of mirror it because that's all I need. So I would usually draw this with some sort of mirror. So I think what's going on here is this is way longer than this, and I'm making this a bit too long. So the wings are a bit too high. Everything is a bit, just a bit. So, well, yeah, let's just do that and see how it works. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm happy with that. Perspective is hard, and I think that's the main reason. Like you're fighting what you already know. So you kind of know these planes have these kinds of shapes, or these body parts have these kinds of shapes, and you try to kind of mimic them. Um, but you're kind of fighting what you're seeing. Yeah, yeah. You're setting up a fight, and it's a terrible fight because it's what you're seeing versus what you know the shape to be. So it's a terrible fight because you win either way, but you also lose either way. So there's no way about it. Okay, so this is a complex shape, and I like this so much. Like this engine shape, I think is beautiful. So I'm gonna try to study just because it's so cool. Oh, thank you, Salu. I've really like given a lot of time out of my life to actually try to get better at that because it's hard and that's the only limit. Uh, like with your capabilities, I guess it's how much are you willing to let go of what you know to trust what you see and start learning from what you see. Does that make sense? But it's hard because there's a lot of ego involved in creating. So letting go while trying to create is very contradictory in many ways, in my perspective at least. I don't know if that happens to you guys as well, but I'm not very good at letting go when I'm trying to create something that needs to be created in my own perspective. So I think I need to get better at that, and I think it's a good exercise, and it's an exercise in becoming small. Does that make sense? So it's hard. It's hard to recognize that you're small and that you're just learning and you're just one of these things that is just gonna keep on learning and it's never gonna not gonna complete its journey. Does that make sense? So it can be frustrating at times. At least for me, it is. I don't know if it's for you guys. Because it can be frustrating. It totally can. And that's okay as well. Like it's good to feel frustration from time to time. Um, okay, so yeah, this is a complex shape just because it's a solid, but it's also very organic in that way. Being an eternal student. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And I think that's the only way of being a master. It's like recognizing that you're always going to be a student. I think that's the way to go. I don't know if that's the way to go, but I think that's the way I'd like to go. Does that make sense? Like, I want to become a master. I want to help people, uh, like print their minds. Does that make sense? So that's why I'm doing all of these things in Patreon and all of these Instagram kind of things. Uh, they're also two things. So I can live from it, so I need money, and also I need to feel like I'm useful. So I want to help people. There's a lot of people that want to draw, but they just don't know how. And I don't think that's like I think everybody is born knowing how to draw, but they just forget it because they start getting used to um, they start getting used to trusting that other side of their mind, of their brain, and they start losing trust in themselves. They start trusting other voices in their head instead of trusting their own. And I think that's kind of sad. And I think one way about it is learning how to drum. And another way to go about it is writing, like Danny, for example. Um, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I want. I want to help people. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I kind of messed up some proportions. So if you see this proportion, it's a little bit squarish, and I made it a bit more of a rectangle. So yeah, that's that. But good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's just keep going. So this is how I study. I would like to go live and look at these things like right next to them, but I usually don't have that much discipline, and also it's kind of tough right now. I'm gonna focus on the engine again because it's one of the shapes that I really like. So these triangles, I think they're a bit deeper. I'm just making them too short, but that's okay. I like this picture particularly because it's usually art disrupts the soul and catalyzes new ways of life and thinking. That's how we impact the world. Yeah. It's funny because for me, like I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, yeah, deeply. But there's also this part of me that believes that the deepest way of art is just like not doing anything, you know, just like merely existing and not creating per se. Like it sounds super contradictory as well. But sometimes I believe that. Like, for example, I see my wife just taking some breaths in and meditating, and I think that's just art, you know, like it's so deep, and it's also a way of catalyzing um, like your soul into existence. It's such a deep thing to do, and it's so inspiring for me to watch her do that. So yeah, and for example, dreaming is one of my favorite activities in sleeping. Um, and I think that sometimes I kind of have a certain amount of control over my dreams. I tend to have that, and I'm very lucky with that, I believe. So what I think the dreams are also kind of a form of art. uh, yeah, I kind of feel that way. Okay, and the little chubby little wobbly wobbly thingy. Ah, it's such a cute little tummy. I don't know when they decided to start doing that, but I totally support making chubby airplanes. They're the coolest. Chubby airplanes should be like the law. Oh, I was saying that I like this image because usually you see the like the little how do you call these? Like the propellers. You see them sharing the same perspective of the wing. So let's say, for example, this is the wing, and then you have the propeller, and the propeller is like up front. So it's like sharing this same perspective. Does that make sense? But from this side, um, the wing is this like plane coming up upwards, and then you see the back of the propeller. So you're seeing the back of the propeller along with the front of the wing, and I think that's super interesting, and that's rare. You usually see them always from the front. So I like this image. Okay, I think I'm happy with these sketches. Let's just look at them all together. It's gonna be a mess. Yeah, but it's a pretty mess. Let's see. I'm gonna place them so they kind of look cute, or at least understandable. Okay, and the last one, which is pretty small. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna merge all these as the sketching phase. And these are the references, and I think they're all different sizes. Yeah, of course they are. So let's just make them all the same size as the one in front, so the same as that one. I'm just cleaning up so it's like kind of better looking. This is totally unnecessary, but it brings me peace as well. Have you ever read an illustrator girl that draws when she listens to meditation podcasts? No. It's like the new meditation for illustration inspiration. That sounds pretty interesting, and I like it. I think meditation is the best thing. I've really healed a lot in the last few months through meditation, I believe. So yeah, and I think you can meditate in like a variety of ways. So if you just sit down and read, I think that's a certain way of meditation. I think sometimes when when you're just listening to somebody, that's also a form of meditation. When you are drawing, when you're just like simply doing a single action, I think that's a certain way of meditation. It sounds really nice. Please, can you write down the her name if you can remember it? Write down the name on the chat so everybody can get access to that. That sounds really cool, so. Okay, so now we're going to start with the section of creating different airplanes. So I'm so in love with these chubby little airplanes that I'm going to start drawing one. Okay. So I'm just going to draw like quick shapes up here, just to get like a little inspiration out of shapes. Oh my God, this is so cute. Okay. Thank you, Salu. That would be cool. Okay, so these shapes may not look like anything to you, and they're definitely not, but they're just like really soft shapes, and I'm imagining that like replacing that little tobacco shape of the airplane, like this shape, you know, like if this is the little airplane, then I'm kind of thinking about replacing it with one of these shapes, just to see how like what turns up. And I really like this one for some reason, so I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to make it larger and just make it low opacity and start sketching over that. Little chubby airplanes are the cutest. Okay, so I'm kind of taking a slightly different direction with this one, like with this part, but that's okay. I'm not gonna cry over that. So let's see. Let's just do this. I love it right now. I'm already in love with this little airplane. It's the dumbest thing, but I love it. Okay, let's see how this would work, because I'm not entirely sure how this shape would work. Let's just go with it. Oh, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. So this is gonna be the wing. Okay, almost. No, almost. There we go. Okay, this is the wing, and we're gonna have some. It's gonna be turboprop as well, just because I really, really like the shape of those little propellers. They're tough as nails to draw, but still. Okay. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. And oh yeah, little chubby snub nose. Oh, it's the cutest. It's gonna be the cutest little brain. Like Lily Stitch. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. I love that aesthetic. I love it. And I don't know how to draw bodies like that woman does, because she's she was an illustrator and she got hired to design like all the Lilo and Stitch like characters and be the like art director. And it's such a strong aesthetic. It's so beautiful. But I don't know how to draw bodies like that. That would be a cool study subject from one of these weeks. That'd be pretty cool. I would like that a lot. Okay, so this is like the wing, which is spanning way to the back. Let's see. I want to make a tail, like a rudder of some sort, but I'm going to do it like I'm going to use this as a rudder, so it can turn and stuff. It's not going to make sense, but still, it's going to be fun. and a little tail. So I'm gonna add a little tail like up in the front. So they're kind of backwards, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, yeah, good. Oh, the little chubby airplane. Okay, let's see. So it could have little windows over here. I'm loving this airplane. I'm sorry. It's just, I really, really love it. Okay, how about the, hmm, I'm thinking about the, this is way too, like, overt. Let's make it a bit more subtle. Mhm, mhm. Okay, yeah. Thank you, I really like it. It's so chubby. Oh my God. Okay, so um, let's just do as if like right here, like that's where the little wheels come out from. And there's also a little compartment back here. So if it has its wheels extended, it would look something like this. It's the cutest. I love it. Let's do a little door here because people wouldn't be able to get into it. So yeah, this might be like a sub cabin or some place to keep your stuff. Okay. And let's think about the paint. So it's a bit chubby, so I want to make like round areas of color. So I'm thinking about making different spots around it. Mm, no. Yeah, something like that. That's really good. I really like that. Okay, I like that. And the airplane logo, whatever it is, it's gonna be over here probably. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this in perspective. I'm not particularly good at doing this, so I'm sorry if I take too long, but I hope it works. Mm, Oh, it's a bit further back. Okay. Little chubby airplanes all the way. This is so dumb. I love it. Okay. Oh, that looks cute. Mm. Okay, so right here we have the wing, and it's probably gonna go into the airplane. So let's make a little short wing, like a bit like how I used to imagine airplanes back in the day. Mm. I'm enjoying this so much. This should be illegal. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's it. And this is like the chubby part of it. Mm, something like that. And it's going to end up right in the middle of the wing. Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of the shape that I want. And let's give some depth to the wing as well. Okay, and let's do the little turbo prop. I couldn't find her. Oh no! Well, don't worry. If you remember her name at some point, just let me know and I'll post it. Okay? No worries. Don't worry about it. But it sounds really interesting. What did she used to do? Like, can you tell us a bit more? Is that okay? Okay, and now let's do the tail thingy that's about here. It's such a dumb idea. Oh my God. Okay, goody. And the other little door would be back here. Oh no, you wouldn't even be able to see it because it's right here. Okay, so let's just do the rudders real quick. So that would be one rudder. And the other one would be here. And all the way down to here probably. And these are the little shapes where the wheels would be like hidden. This is the coolest. I think the face has a little detail, which is like this curve is kind of looking upwards, and that kind of makes it a little proud airplane. Does that make sense? And I love that, and I don't think this one has it. So I'm gonna try that again. So this shouldn't be like the middle of it. I think it's gonna be something like this. So this line would go downwards. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that works better for me. And still the cockpit is about here. Okay, that's good. That's really cute. Let's just draw this and make these details that I saw on the wings. Like they usually have this black strip up in front for some reason. I'm supposing that's got something to do with it. And let's just keep going. Mm. So you'll see me do this a lot of times, and that's because I don't have enough practice with some of the lines with the software. Yeah, that's basically it. And like futuristic Verne-like story. Oh, thank you, Danny. That's a really nice thing to see. I would like that too. It would be so cute. So she was making like flat illustrations, actually, pretty nice ones for the clients. She was saying that meditation helped her to focus more on details and get inspiration for a new concept, like a new creative process or something. It's so interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. Um, like we were talking about before, I really think that drawing is kind of a sort of meditation as well. Like it's this window to answers that you just weren't able to see. So yeah, I think that makes complete sense, at least to me. Okay. Okie dokie. Good. So that's like the first engine. And the other one should be around here, I'm supposing. There's an actual way to do this in a very precise way, but I'm not gonna bother with that in here. I just want to sketch and have fun. Does that make sense? Is that okay with you guys? Would that be okay? So let's just do this circle, which would kind of flatten out and be all the way back here. And also this circle, which should be kind of all the way down here, but it would curve. And this circle, it would be about here. I really, really like that. And the space for the text would be somewhere around here. Okay, so now that that sketch is done, would you like it to be flying or parked on the runway? What would you guys prefer? Flying? My mom says that you're very talented. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of her. I'm glad that you're seeing this with your mom. That's really cool. Okay, so flying. Good. That saves us the trouble. I'm just gonna do these little tires here, so we kind of know the proportion of them. Does that make sense? I'm just gonna do these back here. It looks like a little chubby car. I love it. Hey, my mom is here. Hey, mom. How are you? My mom and my dad, probably. Okay, so this is good enough for me as a sketch. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I don't know if you guys are interested in Photoshop or anything, but making it into an intelligent object, I don't know if that's the word in English, but still, that helps you do this. So I'm just gonna compare it with something else. So let's duplicate it. This turned into a little explanation, but still, it works. So, what? Okay. So let's make this one a regular object. So this is bitmap. Okay, so bitmap, and this one is the intelligent object. So let's scale both of them down. So I scale them down like really small, really, really small. Let's just do it like this. And then I'm going to scale them back up. So right now we don't see much. Oh, there we go. And you can see that the intelligent object, what does it has the reference of the original drawing. So it's not losing any information after transformations. But the bitmap one is completely lost just because we reduced it in size and then made it large again. So intelligent objects, I'm not sure that's how you call them in English, but they're pretty cool. They're very useful. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to leave this one hanging about with its little side view sketch. Okay, good. Hang out over there, guys. So let's just draw this a bit larger. And that's also a good thing. Like when you modify it, you're not actually modifying the base file. But yeah, that's useful. So I'm going to draw its opacity down, and now I'm going to start sketching. I like that kind of Disney feel to it that you were talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try sketching it, but with a bit of a softening of the shape. So if I do this line, that's how it looks, but after softening, like this is how it looks, okay? So you can see that I'm making different motions and it's kind of following along and making it way softer. That's softening in Photoshop, and it's completely different. Like it makes shapes much more harmonic really quick. So I like it, but I don't like it that much. So I'm just going to use it at 27%, which is decent enough to make softer shapes. Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy you like that, because I wasn't really sure that it was going to be useful to you, but you know. Can you see the sketch there, or is it too light? Let me know if it's too invisible, because I can pump it up a bit if it's okay. If you can see it, just let me know, please. Mhm. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna make the little windows like softer in the corners, so that way, like the whole idea of this airplane being chubby and fluffy and soft is gonna be like kept. Just a bit. I'm not gonna dwell too much on the details. How much time do we have left? We have about 15 minutes. I think that's about enough to finish the sketch and maybe add some very light coloring touches. Okay. Let me know if you guys are like this process, because this is a bit of a different way of studying, but it's also a way of studying. Like it's very sketchy, but still. You can see how this like softens every line, but I still have to be like good at line making. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna make it chubbier. So this shape, I was doing it like this. So from the top, it would look something like that, and that looks sharp. That doesn't look friendly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them like chubbier. Okay. So instead of supporting that curve, I'm gonna go against it. So I'm changing a bit of the sketch right here, but it's gonna help a lot, I think. My mom, like whenever I draw something, my mom usually tells me that it looks horrible. No, she actually tells me that it's like she likes it when I draw, but she always tells me like, why can't you draw pretty things? Because I'm always drawing like monsters and stuff. So here you go, Mom, a chubby airplane. This is way friendlier. I'm gonna simplify this shape because it's too complex for the little Disney physique. Okay, let's keep going. Because we're running out of time. No. There we go. A new subscriber. Who is it? El Artista ese. Hey, El Artista ese, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I have to see how I made these. Okay, yeah, rounded as well. Good. Okay, good. So this is like the airplane so far, like in its cleaner shape. It's so cute and fluffy, right? I'm so happy about this. Okay, so let's just keep going. I'm gonna make this also cute and fluffy. Cute and fluffy. Okay, so I'm gonna go into that and I'm gonna erase this line just partially. So this shape is gonna be tough. Let's just try it. Okay, yeah. That looks odd. I think the line is off, the top line. Yeah. No, I think maybe we can fix it just by doing this. Hang on. Let's see if this works. So if I do this, would it work? If I do this, yeah, that works. Okay, so let's just redo this, like the prop, because it's a turbo prop, which is something I didn't know existed until a few years back, a few years ago. So let's just do a little line here, because apparently they all have these lines. And these things I didn't know before I studied today. So there you go, studying and learning. So let's just draw this. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do the little propellers afterwards, okay? Because they're kind of the most complicated things. Let's just leave it like that. Yeah, that's simpler. I like it. I like this one. It makes me remember my father. Think about my father. Oh, that's true. Your dad used to have like this little, how do you call that? Like airplane. Was that a turboprop as well, Mom? I don't really know. I never got to fly in my grandfather's. It wasn't a private jet or anything like that. It was just a plane. But I never got to fly in it. Did it have I know it had propellers, but I don't know if it was turboprop as well. I'm just gonna do something here as a little detail, just to inform the viewer a bit about the shape of the airplane. I think this part was a bit too flat, so I think this kind of guides the eyes of anyone to kind of understanding the volume. Okay, so let's keep going. Nope. Yeah. What thing? I'm gonna try to bend them a little bit because it's too long. Yeah, that looks way better. I like that a lot. Okay. And now let's see where this other engine goes, because I think it should go about here, if I'm not mistaken. No, it should go a bit closer, maybe, because of foreshortening. Yeah, let's just try that. It's nice how you can remember so many details. Thank you, but it's not Like I can't really. We were talking about that like yesterday, I think, with some friends, and I was like, I am convinced that my memory is not that good, but apparently it is, and it's about like it's very selective. Like I don't remember anything, but what I do remember, I kind of remember it really well, and yeah, that's kind of a characteristic that I like. But I've noticed that it's not about like I don't have a photographic memory or anything like that. I just like understanding how things work. Um, and if I don't understand it, then I just imagine that I understand, and it kind of works. Oh, I know what's wrong with this one. Okay, let's see if this kind of helps a bit. I think it's this part that kind of looks weird, so I'm just going to redraw that because it has to fit like the rest of the airplane. Yeah, there we go. Does it look worse now? I think it does. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. We don't have that much time left, so let's just finish this one and be done with it. Whoa. So yeah, I remember really useless things from years ago, but I can't remember people's names. So I suck at that so bad. It's been so hard for me always, like to remember names. Okay, guys. Oh no, we're missing stuff. We're missing the other side of the tail that's in front. So let's just do that. Okay. I think that's nice. It's a pretty little airplane. Let's see if I can actually make this better because I don't like this line. There's something wrong with this engine. There's something wrong with the engine. um, yes. Chubby. Yeah, it's kind of pointing to different places, but that's never bothered me. Okay, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'm just gonna do these lines so we can understand that they're like moving really fast, and I'll be done with that part. So let's just draw some really nice and fluffy clouds. Whoop. I'm gonna reduce the softness because this is just like limiting me right now. Okay. And on the far side, because I'm thinking that this must be like a plane that can, let's say, for example, it can sink on like on the water. Does that make sense? You do have photographic memory. No, I don't think I do, Mom. The timing. What do you mean the timing? What do you mean with that, Danny? Okay, there we go. So let's just erase some of these because it's a bit too much noise. This one's too much noise. Okay, let's place some colors. Is it a seaplane? I think so. Like it would make a lot of sense, you know, like if the water level would go up to here, it would look like a regular plane, but then like these would actually help it rise from the water. I think it would make a lot of sense. Yeah. You said that you do have a photographic memory. You said you forgot something. Yeah, but I don't know if I do. I don't think I do because I can't remember things visually. Oh, our time is up, guys. So I'm just gonna do color real quick, and it's gonna be very sketchy, but it's gonna be nice. Let's try it out. See how it works. Um, let's do it this way. So let's go with the little bluish kind of white. No, I want whiter. Let's make it warmer. Whatever. Yeah, that's exactly the color I want. I don't think I do have photographic memory because I don't remember things like that. Um, like I tend to forget quite a bit of things, and it's not always perfect. I just remember like the instructions to do them, but I don't remember them as such. It's just the instructions. I don't know if that actually makes sense or it's a bit more complicated. So like I can remember things about certain situations or certain scenes or certain like mechanics. Let's say for example airplanes and stuff like that. I can't well I can remember stuff, but it's just like I don't remember everything perfectly. I really don't. So I'm scared of claiming that I have photographic memory because I don't. I'm not capable of remembering that many things. It looks a bit like Nausicaa, that's true. It has a bit of that air. Oh, that's nice. Gonna make me cry. Okay, as it turns out, it's probably just gonna be value. Um, let's see if it works. It's a really puffy, round clouds, kind of make the airplane belong. Let's just do this. I really like that. Yeah, that movie is amazing. I really love Nausicaa. It's really cool. It's a really cool movie. Okay, so it's this, yeah. This is going to be really sketchy and really quick because our time is already up. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. I have a meeting I need to go to. But it's still in a bit of time, so I think I can bear a bit more time. Let's just do it. Whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna duplicate this a couple of times and then reduce the opacity. And that way we can get like this faint like background. And I'm gonna go with a bit of red for the circles of the airplane. Let's do this on top. Okay, and let's do that for the, no, let's do a different color for that. I'm gonna do that for the tips, like the little lines on the sides. And I'm gonna do that red, like this little chubby part, just so it melts with this one. Okie doke. Good. So duplicate that. And I'm also gonna make some yellow. So let's do these tips yellow. Am I doing this in the right layer? Yeah, okay. Let's just reduce opacity a little bit. Okay. Some strong yellows over there. I like that. That's about as much yellow as I want in my life. Yeah, and let's go with a bit of a darker color. So yeah, let's just merge this because I like that level of color. Yeah, okay. Let's go with a little black or grayish. Let's go with, I want a contrast, so I'm going to go with a greenish kind of black, so it kind of looks darker, but it's not really darker. It's just that illusion. So I'm going to do that with this, with this, with this area, and the wing fronts, which are usually black, like as we just saw in that study that we were making at the beginning. Okay, I really like this. Let's reduce the opacity of that one. Let's make it a bit softer as well. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. I like this, but I want to make this a tad warmer because this is, yeah. There we go. There we go, your little plane. It's so cute and fluffy. Okay, so let's just merge all of these colors together and keep working on them. Are these all the colors? Yeah. So I'm going to clean up a little bit, just because I'm really liking this image right now. So I want it to be a bit cleaner than I usually would go for in a study session or in sketch mode. And by the way, this would be my usual process as well, like from sketching into actually making an image. I would sketch really softly, and I would also go with very basic colors and see how they work. And if they work, then I would go with the rest. Like I would start cleaning up as well. So we have a bit of a dissonance here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Cute and fluffy. Yes, we're keeping it cute and fluffy because my mom is here, so I can't draw naked female vampires for this session, but that's probably going to happen on the next session. Okay. Okay, I'm really liking this image right now. I'm so happy about it. I think it's nice. And I really like this shape, so I'm probably going to study it as a 3D shape. So I'm probably going to go on with Fusion 360 or some kind of program like that and try to clean up a shape that works like this and see if I can manage it, because cute and fluffy is not my specialty. Okay, I like it. I'm going to go with a bit of a shadow. Naked vampires are family friendly. Yeah, sure. Yeah, for me, they are. Like, if it were my family, I wouldn't have any problem. But my mom doesn't seem to like them, so I'm also fine with that. Yeah, and it's good to have like a kind of a balance of sorts. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a bit of shadow. I don't know how this is gonna turn because I really like this image as is. I'm gonna try something here. Actually, let's just do this. Just to make the shadow of the wing like part of the environment. Does that make sense? Does that look like the shadow? I hope so. Okay. Oh, thank you, Salu. I'm really happy. I'm liking it a lot too. So I'm glad that you you share that sensation. So I'm gonna go with this same color. I'm gonna go in multiply mode, and it's gonna be probably darker, but um, that's basically what I want right now, just to get some shapes out of the blue. There we go. So high contrast again, because I am all about high contrast. Although it's not the best solution always, so that's why I'm doubting it. But I'm still going to try it. If it doesn't work, then I just erase it, and that's it. It's no biggie. Okay. Let's just do a shadow here. I want to do something about this. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to try doing like the shadow of the engine here. So it kind of gives us a bit more of a note about the direction of the light in general. So let's just do that as well here. This would be all dark probably, yeah. This would be probably like this. A bit more like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to reduce opacity once again, just so it's kind of, yeah. And I'm going to go the other way as well. So I'm going to go brighter. I'm going to grab this one and choose a bit of a brighter color and just do some lines to get that shine. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go, guys. I think that's the finished image for today. Yeah. There, that's the finished image. Hang on. I'm missing something. I'm missing darkening these windows a bit. Let's just do that on this layer. Yeah. I really got deep into this, and I think I got to get ready for my meeting. But it's okay. like we have just enough time to do everything. Well, life is not too short. Good. Okay. There we go, guys. So thank you guys for coming. I really enjoyed making this really quick sketch and image. This was part of my way to study some solids. So basically, it's not organic or anything, but it's very defined shapes. And also making an homage to a friend of mine who loves airplanes. So thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you next time. Okay. So on Monday, next time, we're going to continue with the vampire dragon theme that we did on Monday, like last Monday. And on the next Wednesday, we're going to just keep studying stuff. Okay? So thank you guys for coming, and thank you for the support and the interaction. I really had a blast. And yeah, see you next time. I hope you liked it. Bye. Bye.